So my name is Hamza. I come from Pakistan, from a coastal city called Karachi. And I did my bachelor's in physics, and right now I just wrapped up my master's in physics of life. So one of the main motivating reasons for me to go for physics of life instead of pursue pure physics further on is because at the end of the day, I felt I want to do something that's more translatable in the biotech industry, that is to say, give back more. I didn't think I could do that as a physicist, but as a biophysicist, the world is my oyster. I can work in so many different fields. Friendly, cooperative, and nurturing is what I would use. Do I have to expand on that? So the thing is, I come from a really big city, and for me the reason to choose Dresden also was because from what I got off the internet is that it's slightly cozier, it's smaller, it's not that crowded, and on that end, I wasn't surprised. I was relatively happy to see that the public transport works good, it's not too crowded, even the crowded places are not that crowded if I'm very honest. So the only thing I did find a bit surprising was that contrary to the stereotype of East Germany, I found the people very helpful and very welcoming, at least for my first 6 months. After the 6 months, I became the stereotype and I started studying more. So naturally, I didn't have that much socializing. The most I did was in my first 6 months. After that, I was more dedicated towards my studies and work. Hands down, Professor Benjamin Friedrich, 100%. His enthusiasm is contagious. That is a good question, and I want to answer this in the most honest way I can. It would be false for me to say something like I learned how to, pipette or work cell culture the best. That would be dishonest because there's always more to learn. However, one thing that I did learn through and through is critical inquiry. That is to say, I now know I have learned how to ask good questions. That is a skill I didn't have before coming here, which I'm grateful to walk away with. I think I have a candidate for a pre-existing movie, and I have my justification for it. That movie would be 21 Jump Street. To give you a bit context, it's a movie of two cops who go back to high school and essentially reinvent themselves, discover new things about themselves, and make peace with what they didn't like before. How that translates to my experience is that what I see, physics of life and CMCB in extension, give a lot of people an opportunity to reinvent themselves as scientists because you have people coming in from so many different disciplines, mechanical engineering, chemical, biotech, and all of them come together and they study this same curriculum, physics of life, and then walk out as biophysicists, which I think is amazing. So 21 Jump Street for the reinvention story arc, for sure. It's important to be honest with yourself first, then others. Then the reason I feel that way is because a lot of students walk in with expectations that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to study 6 hours a day, and I'm going to be the best version of myself. And I have met several of them, and I tell them, just have a good time, relax. It's not a rat race. At the end of the day, if you don't walk out a better person, then your degree doesn't mean anything. So that's what I would say. It's not a sentence, more of a paragraph, but yeah. Can I take some time to think for this? Just 10 words. Can I do 13? Okay. I'm gonna quote Charles Dickens on this, the opening to A Tale of Two Cities. 'Twas the best of times, 'twas the worst of times. 10 words.